Hello humans, it is I, Gravity Groove. We're here doing a little bit of a state of the game update for the channel here. And what are we up to? What are we playing? What is the status of the channel in general? So the last week or so we haven't played a lot of Runeterra. It's mostly I'm feeling like I've kind of gotten bored with Runeterra in general. A lot of the matchups feel very samey, and the nature of the game being so intensely grindy. For those who aren't aware, we talked about in one of the previous videos the amount of time on average that someone did the math on the Reddit of how long you have to play to grind to Masters with like a 55% win rate. And on average, it's about 4+ hours a day for a month minimum at about a 55% win rate, which is just too long, really, realistically, to move up for what doesn't feel like enough of a reward or enough of an objective. I don't feel like it's that interesting or exciting or prestigious to get to Masters in this game, whereas getting to my first online Mythic tour was kind of cool, and getting to the first Pro Tour in the flesh was cool, especially since I managed to do it right before they stopped giving out free money for the trip, like plane tickets and stuff, trip accommodations. But in Runeterra, like the grind is so grindy that it feels unrewarding. So we haven't been playing that game a lot lately. Hoping the new cards will infuse a little bit into it, but I have kind of low hopes. There's still a lot of potential in this game, and I hope that it gets seen through. But at the moment, I have problems with both of my primary card games. Magic being insanely random and still having a lot of non-games, a lot of zero agency games, which if you get a whole bunch stacked up in a row, you just like want to go lie in traffic because you're like, hey, why did I put this money and time into this product that just makes me feel bad? Which is a relevant question. It's a question most players should ask themselves in that spot. It's certainly better than just like blowing your top constantly like every game, but some amount of variance the human brain can handle, so long as it's averaged out back and forth in a relatively reliable manner, right? But if a guy has a bad day and then flips a quarter 25 times calling tails, and every time it comes up heads, he's gonna blow a gasket. And that's totally normal. So the non-game problem is still a big problem for Magic. Runeterra doesn't have that as severely. There are still non-games. You can still, draw all 4 8-drops in your deck and then mull and then draw them right back. I've done that on this show. It sucks, but it doesn't happen nearly as often as there are non-games in Magic. The resource system irons that out a little bit. The problem being, in best of one as a format, having only best of one as a format, I feel the strategic element of the game is severely muted to the point where I'm less incentivized to grind. I'm less excited about trying to achieve higher levels in the game, because it's not really indicative of skill. It's just indicative of who poured the most time into the platform to rise up in the ranks. That's not an interesting system to me. I'm definitely more of a skill player and definitely more enthusiastic about skill-based exchanges. So a system that's just play for 1,000,000 hours, you'll get to Masters, just does nothing for me. That's just me. Again, you don't have to share my opinions. I'm just talking about how I feel about the games we're currently playing. Lord of the Dead is still a lot of fun. We're going to try to beat every floor on Fuck You difficulty, and see how long that takes us. I'm still enjoying it. It's definitely probably not a game with a lot of replay value, but we're going to enjoy our 1 or 2 playthroughs, and I hope my audience enjoys it too, like all 4 of you. What else? We have a few new games that we bought on sale that we'll probably be playing on the channel fairly soon. We got Final Fight, is it 4? On Steam, and a few other things. What else did we get? I think we got Hollow Knight, which I've never played before. We got Mutant Year Zero, which is supposed to be a game that's very similar in style to XCOM, which I love the XCOM games. We have something called Legend of the Keepers, which I don't know what that is. And yeah, those are some of the new games we got. We also have Divinity's 2 Original Sin, which I've never played any of the Divinity games, so I'm curious how that one goes. I think eventually I'm going to have to get... Oh, I got Axiom Verge too. I think eventually I'm going to have to get Disco Elysium, because that looks like a pretty interesting game to play and like really story-heavy elements, and looks like that might be fun to play and to watch, because the decisions seem like they're pretty weird, which I think I'd enjoy. All right, so that's where we're at with the channel right now. If you're wondering what content to expect in the future, this is pretty much the schedule we're on right now. We're kind of rotating between Lord of the Dead, Magic drafts, and maybe some Magic Standard once Quick Draft goes away. And we'll probably be rotating a little bit of Legends of Runeterra content back in. But I don't really want to play it if I'm not enthusiastic about it. I feel like that's kind of a drag for people who have to watch me mean mug my way through the 800th time I've played against Field of Rush, or Lee Sin Zed, or Go Hard, or what the fuck ever. I've played against everything a million times, and it's just, you know. But I will keep soldiering on, and I may take a break in late December for Christmas and stuff, and I may take a break in January, as I do have some music stuff I need to dedicate a little more time to, as well as a book that is mostly finished that has needed to have my attention dedicated to it to be fully finished for quite some time. And in the pandemic world we live in, I have put some things off that require a little bit more of me, a little bit more of my creativity and my sort of soul, if you will. And I feel like I'm getting back to the state where I'm healthy enough that I can indulge in some more challenging internal pursuits, if any of that makes sense. So once again, thanks so much for watching and dedicating your time. I'd love if this channel were able to grow enough that this would be sort of a thing I could afford to dedicate more of my time to. But at its current state, I'm just going to continue to engage with it as I enjoy it, and if that happens to turn into something great. If it doesn't, well, we've always got music and writing and many other talents that we can engage with to enrich our lives. Once again, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm Gravity Groove. This has been Not Safe for Work Gaming. I'll see you next time.